Out, I'm at the beach. It's mid-October right now. Usually the weather isn't this beautiful in South Korea. Usually it's starting to get cold and annoying. But this is outstanding weather. I'm at the beach. I'm dressed all the way down. I feel good. I feel wonderful. And I decided to talk about sleep positions. The best position to orient your body when you go to sleep. And I'm also going to talk about some important things that are related to this that you may not pay attention to, that can throw you off and give you the wrong information on how to execute this properly. So I'll start the video off by just telling you what you shouldn't do. First and foremost, what you shouldn't do, or what you should do for that matter. And what's well accepted and well regarded information is that you don't put your head in the direction, in the northern direction. When I say northern direction, take a look at the screen. Take a look at the screen. I have a compass here, and if you orient your compass in this way and the needle is pointing toward the north, you do not want your head pointed in that direction. Because based on Eastern knowledge, I'm saying Eastern because I don't know exactly where it comes from. I think it's Indian in origin, or the exact name for it to call it. But based on that knowledge, this is the death position. This is the position, the direction that the soul leaves the body when a person dies. And also, when you're in that position, your whole body is aligned to the Earth's magnetic field, northern magnetic field. And basically, with the northern magnetic field, it's a southern magnet, because the north-seeking pole of a compass, it seeks the southern magnet. And your head is like a southern energy, and southern is like you're using up energy. So the head's using up energy, and that pole of the earth is also like the energy usage, or the energy put out area. And as you know, those polarities don't coincide with one another well. They actually butt heads. They actually go against one another. So you don't want your head pointed in that position. You want to plug into the Earth's magnetic field like a battery plugged into an outlet, where you want the negative touching the positive and the positive touching the negative. So in that case, the positive and the positive are touching one another, and it's not a proper match. So you don't want your head in that position unless you're trying to lucid dream or something like this. There's other uses for this position, but in general, you don't want to sleep in this position, because over time it will be draining you of your energy. And also, another belief on this, or my understanding, it may not be exactly right, but the body carries the body carries iron, and magnetism guides the iron moving through your body. And by being in that position, iron can accumulate in your head, because your head doesn't have an outlet, because it's a disconnected circuit. It's positive instead of positive-negative. So a belief there is that the iron can accumulate there, and you don't really want it to accumulate there. And part of the reason why I kind of believe this is because I was sleeping in this position, and when you sleep in this position over and over, it gives you like a more groggy feeling in the morning, and it's harder to get moving, get going. So it may take you 30 minutes, an hour, just to get your body to fully wake up. And and most of the feeling is in my head. It's like a slow moving blood flow in my head. That's the feeling that I notice when I'm in that position. And so that's the main take-home message of this video. is don't sleep in that position. So you have 3 other positions left: south, east, and west. So which one is the best position? If north isn't good, what's best? Well, how about I tell you what's the next best position based on the knowledge? The next best position is the south position. And the reason why is for the exact opposite logic of what I just mentioned to you about having your head in the north position. When you're in the south position, your head facing the south, then you have a proper circuit where your head, which is positive, or there's a lot of energetic activity, is connected to the negative, which is a calming, soothing energy. And your feet, which I guess you could say they're negative, is connected to the positive. So you have a constant flow of energy. And when you sleep, you want your blood to flow freely. That's really important. So everything can heal and everything can regenerate pretty well. And again, kind of using my logic and reasoning here, and it may not be exactly the way I'm explaining it. So keep that in mind and do your own research. But I think I'm making some really good points still. So the south position is, you could say, the number 2 position. But depending on who you ask or who you talk to, the south and the east position are equal. They're both equally good, some sources say. But most of the sources that I've read and learned the information from says that the east position is the number 1 position to keep to have your head aiming in when you go to sleep, or have your bed positioned towards when you go to sleep. And the reason for the east position being the best position is because this position supposedly allows the energy of the body to flow and move freely as it will. There's no north and south direction. It's east and west. So your body can choose whether it wants to go north or south, and then it has an option of east and west. So it has freedom here. And based on the logic of what I've learned, freedom is the best here. If your blood can freely go where it needs to go, then your body can use its own innate intelligence to send the blood to where it needs to go to heal what needs to be healed and recover you every night. And it's also said that in the east position, it gives a person more drive, dedication, a person that really uses their mind and really has to get things done. This is a very important position to sleep in night after night. So the east position is, we could say it's number 1. Of course, you're gonna have to experiment with these positions to truly find out what works for you and what's best. But I'm pretty convinced and I'm pretty sure that you're going to find a position that works way better than other positions. This is not something that's negligible. You will be able to gain from applying these principles to your sleeping. So next, the west position. I haven't talked about the west position. With the west position, it is said that the west position is for a go-getter, a person that's really serious about life. They want absolute best out of life. They want to tackle every day and get the most out of it. I guess like a really young, eager person that's trying to really pursue some huge, big dream. Not even young person, just anyone that's super dedicated to accomplishing something or being something or doing something in this lifetime. If your dedication is of an extreme importance, the west position is for you. Now, there's I learned of some information of some people. They have a guest room in their house, and if they don't want their guests to overstay their welcome or get too comfortable, so what they do is they have the headboard of the bed facing in the west position. And I'm guessing that if the headboard of the bed is in that position, they're going to be so fixated on themselves and their goals and what they have to do that they're not going to overstay their welcome. So I'll finish the video by talking about this. And this is really, really important because I've made huge mistakes in regards to this. And what I'm talking about is having a proper compass. Having a proper compass that does its proper job. It's very easy to have a compass that doesn't work right and you get a false reading, which is what I have done for the past year. I've been sleeping in the death position for the past year, and then I just decided like a couple of days ago, let me get my compass and just double check it and make sure it works the way it's supposed to work, or the way I think it does work. And what I realized that it was all wrong. And the way I realized that it was wrong was because I thought to myself, hey, the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. But based on that, the east where the sun rises, based on this compass, is wrong. So therefore this compass has to be wrong, because the sun, I believe the sun, not the compass. So I realized the compass was wrong. So what I did after that was I downloaded a compass application on my phone. And even with that, the compass application was wrong based on the rising location of the sun. So I uninstalled, threw away that application and used other applications until I found not one, but 2 or 3 more applications that said the same thing of where the sun rises and where the sun sets. So I know that those compasses were right and were proper. And based on those compasses, I learned that I was sleeping in the death position for well over a year. So it's really important to get a 3rd, 4th, maybe even a 5th opinion about the quality of the compass that you use, and make sure your compass works right when you're trying to figure all this stuff out. So main take home from this video, don't have your head facing in the north position. North is the death position, unless you're trying to lucid dream or something like that. There's other things, other purposes that people use for each position, but it should be specific. You should have a specific goal for what you're trying to do and what you're trying to use your sleep position for. So I hope this video was helpful. If I missed something or you want to add something, please drop it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you know, what you have to add, or what you think. So that's all. I love you. I love you all. Thank you for watching my video, and I'm about to go and relax on the beach, eat some nuts, drink some wine, and just chill out and just take advantage of this really beautiful sunny fall day. So I love you all. I'm gone.